going?
Going well. I can't believe we're into November,
It's nuts.
And of course, November is always special because of All Saints
Mhm.
and All Souls. We had a beautiful celebration of the Mass for those two special days, and then we had our Mass of Remembrance,
That was nice.
and that was very beautiful,
Yeah.
very beautiful. And kind of a shout out to our bereavement ministers for a beautiful preparation of that celebration of Mass.
Yeah.
And
Then we had a busy weekend.
yes, we did have a busy weekend. The gathering area reminded me of the courtyard of the temple.
Did you throw any tables over?
No, I didn't, because there was no room.
Oh.
You couldn't throw a table over if you wanted to. We had the Knights of Columbus in their membership drive, which is they do, and we're very grateful to the Knights for all the service. No, it wasn't their membership drive. It was send
Send a soldier home.
send a soldier home for the
Oh.
holidays, which is a wonderful, wonderful program. And
I don't know if people know, but the military is woefully underpaid.
it is.
And a lot of times they can't afford to get home, and that's why they have this program, is to, help them to afford to get back to,
Like the military will fly you to your post where you're stationed.
Mhm.
But to get from the station to your home, that's up
You're
to
on
you.
your own, yeah.
And I think it's so important for us to realize that. So anything to support our men and women in the armed forces. And then we also had, finally, Deacon Matt from St. Thomas More,
Mhm.
the diaper deacon, and
The
he,
diaper deacon.
he was with us for the weekend, and so he could introduce himself to people, and we had members of the youth group collecting diapers and donations, and we were also taking sign-ups for Thanksgiving, which you can sign up to either bring a Thanksgiving dinner for a family in need, or to deliver,
Or both.
or both. And so that's in full swing.
Well,
And
there's really two programs there, because we have the basket of Thanksgiving
The
dinner for a
basket,
whole
yes.
family, and then on Thanksgiving Day, we have the prepared food
yes,
to be delivered as well, so we need drivers for that too.
yes, and after many years of wonderful support from a local restaurant, they no longer can economically do this. And so we're working with Sir Ives Catering, as well as Southgate is helping us.
I heard, with desserts and water.
And so I think we're working on close to 200 meals for individuals, and then another 100
For the borough.
for the borough.
Yeah.
And so we need people to deliver these. So you can either sign up online, Sign Up Genius, is it? Or
Mhm.
okay, Sign Up Genius, or sign up after Mass. So that's kind of like our holiday program. We either a basket of food for about 4 to 6 people, maybe even more, that will be delivered the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then
The 20th, it's November 20th.
and then we have our meals, which will need to be heated up. They can be microwaved because we cannot bring hot meals. But you know something, they were hot, they were delicious, they smelled great. I was over blessing them a couple of times a few years ago. But by the time they get home, and by the time people sit for dinner,
Yeah,
you
they
need to heat
gotta
them up
reheat
anyway.
them, exactly.
So this works better, and so if you want to be involved, just check the flock notes, and or check this Sunday when you come to church. We're still taking signups.
And then we also have the Christmas program, the gift cards.
Yes, the
Santa-
Christmas gift cards program. you know, many of you will remember how you went shopping and you bought something, gift wrapped it, and then left it. But because of COVID, we went with gift cards, and we have found that it is so much more advantageous for us to use gift cards. It allows the families to do the shopping for their own family needs, and it also allows us to support a lot of different, families and situations in our diocese.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and that's a red mailbox.
It says Santa
Christmas.
on it, I
It's a
think.
Santa
Santa
mailbox,
mailbox.
and it sits in the gathering area, and just drop your. Now the gift cards, I think it was Target,
Walmart
Walmart,
and Visa.
Visa. Those are the three we're looking for: Target, Walmart, and Visa. So that was all going on in the gathering area.
That's a lot.
And this weekend, going on in the gathering area, we will have the St. Leo Religious Gift Store.
And today is the feast of Saint Leo the Great.
St. Leo the Great, who was the first pope of the Roman Catholic Church to be given the title the Great, Magnus, because of his great work in teaching the faith, in clarifying what the church believes, in being a point of stability in a major transitory point in the history of Europe, because the Roman Empire was falling. You know, when you think about it, they've been around like for 500 years, or really more, because 500 before Christ and another 400, 900 years.
That's a long time to be in charge.
To have a culture and an environment, and then all of a sudden it starts falling apart because of the barbarian invasions.
And they overextended themselves and they went nuts drinking lead. What? That all happened. He always says, it's real.
It was the barbarian invasion.
There were multiple
Okay.
factors. It wasn't just the barbarian
It was
invasion.
the barbarian invasion.
They
because
overextended
the
themselves.
Eastern
They couldn't
Empire,
even-
the Eastern Empire lasted for another 500 years,
Wonderful.
and they had the same piping.
They- Okay. But there were multiple factors, and I'm not backing down on that.
Of course, there are multiple factors for the Reformation. There are multiple factors for everything.
Yeah.
You know, but Leo the Great was a
Holding it
pope.
together.
He was holding it together as best he could. He faced off with Attila the Hun and saved Rome from being sacked.
Oh, it's that guy.
That guy, yes.
I remember you told that story last year, I think.
And then he also faced off with, I think, Jarek, who was either a Vandal or a Visigoth who robbed Rome, but he didn't kill the people
All right.
because there was slaughter,
Other bad
pillage,
things.
and other things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we give thanks to Pope Leo for being a pillar of faith and certainty in a very uncertain world.
Sounds familiar.
So,
And now St. Leo's Church, which is down the road, is going to come and have a
they're going to have their
religious goods sale.
religious gifts sale. So it's a wonderful time to just think about getting on EWTN. They call them holy reminders.
Holy reminders.
Of our faith. And so maybe for a grandchild, for a son or daughter, or for a parent. I grew up always getting religious gifts from my parents. That's why at this point we have so many. We're thinking of opening up our own store.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of statues of Mary, I hear.
A lot of statues of Mary. In the dining room alone, I think we have about 36 of various degrees, and no well, there is one candle in front of them.
Wow.
So,
Well, and if you have any grandchildren or nieces and nephews or children of your own who are going to be receiving sacraments this year, that's a good opportunity.
that
for
is a good
purchase, yes.
opportunity. And if you have any children or grandchildren that are going to start driving,
Oh.
they'll have key rings with the
Oh.
saints. St. Christopher, Our Lady of the Highway, that is, and it'll help.
All right.
And on November 10th, not only is it the feast of Saint Leo the Great, but it is also my anniversary to ordination.
Happy anniversary.
Thank
We
you.
call that the ordiversary.
I'm so glad we is just one.
No, it is.
But
Hello! It's the royal way. No, John and I, we celebrate his ordiversary.
order.
I think it's probably a Protestant thing.
Okay,
But-
okay. So, but thank you, thank you. 38 years, and very grateful, and amazed how the Lord has worked in my life.
And we're very grateful as well for how the Lord has worked in your life, which has trickled down to working in our lives as well. You're a great pastor, a great boss.
Thank you. Thank you. God has been good. And I'm going to give a shout out to my brother, even though he's not here, because tomorrow is his birthday.
Oh, which one?
My brother Michael.
Oh, happy birthday, Michael.
And our whole family is sick. I have my brother Joseph and my sister-in-law got COVID.
Oh, no.
And it's the first time for Anne-Marie, second time for Joseph. Anthony got his booster shot, and he's under the weather, and I wasn't feeling too good yesterday.
Mhm.
So I'm under the weather, so, you know, my brother Michael is the only one holding down the fort. And and it is his birthday. And he always accuses me of destroying his birthday when I got ordained the day before.
Overshadowing him again.
So if you see my brother Michael, wish him a happy birthday and give him a hug and a kiss.
Is he the only one who's not sick?
At the moment, I think
Okay,
he's
I
the
was-
only one who's not
All right, I was
sick.
gonna say, then you can give him a hug and a kiss, but if he's sick,
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Or if you're
Just-
sick, don't.
It might be good to just, I'm just grateful, I did see my brother Joseph, but I was in the car, he was standing outside the car, and I told him, don't come too close.
I would
So
say that.
I'm very glad about that.
Yeah. All right,
So-
now, we got a lot of stuff coming up. The
We
torch
do.
is coming, the Guadalupe torch is coming this Saturday at for the 4:30
Well,
Mass.
before we get to the 4:30
Oh,
Mass.
what do we got?
This weekend, the Upper Room,
Oh, great.
which is a retreat and prayer center in our diocese, will be hosting their last spirituality day. And I think you had to register for that, so it's not an open, open invitation. But it is an opportunity for us to thank the Upper Room for the many years of service of helping people develop their spirituality. The Upper Room is presently on the campus of Holy Innocents in Neptune, and they will be closing their doors, I think, at the end of the year. I don't know if it's the calendar year or June, but I know it'll be soon. And so we want to give a shout out to the good sisters who have been directing that and offering spiritual direction and training other people to be spiritual directors. So, thank you. And then on Saturday at the 4:30 Mass, we'll have the procession, the reception, of the torch at the 4:30 Mass, and so the Children of Mary Prayer Group has been working with that. We've been working with them, and so at the 4:30 Mass there'll be a very Spanish flavor to the liturgy, as well as a reception afterwards.
With dancing?
With dancing and
Food.
everything, so it's going to be a fun time. So the spiritual people will be leaving, and the Children of Mary will be coming in, all on Saturday.
Oh, I was gonna say, they're spiritual.
And-
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
And then also, and I think we do have some room on the bus, this
Oh, that's right, it's the shrine
Saturday
trip.
is the pilgrimage to Washington DC, and I think we still have a few rooms on the seats on the bus, and they will be leaving. So anybody interested, please call today. The office will be closed tomorrow for Veterans Day. Again.
He's
And-
not seeing us.
And, well, it's so lonely, and, and people still call, and Father's there to answer the
Oh, he shouldn't be.
How little they understand the priest. Anyway,
Can you feel my eyes rolling?
I don't know if they can see your eyes.
I said, can you feel it?
So that's this weekend.
And then Tuesday we have the prayer with the.
Yes, because we'll have the torch for the entire week, and Tuesday we're having a Marian devotion at 7 o'clock in the church with the praying of the rosary in various languages and the
The blessing of children. I need to grab a tissue.
Go right ahead. Okay. She's so overwhelmed. And so that's Tuesday, and what else? do we have?
Well, the app is gonna be going away.
Oh, technologically, we're making a transfer. The app will be finished. We will not be using an app any longer, but we have been using Flock notes, and the Flock notes give us the availability to do a lot of what the app allowed us to do. In fact, it gives us even more flexibility.
Yeah.
So you will be receiving notification, or you already received notification. Please make sure we have both your email and your phone number, your cell phone number. And so as we move into especially the winter months, when storms, power outages, snow might prevent us from having the celebration of Mass, we'll be able to let people know. And so you stay home safe. Trust me, God appreciates that, because God doesn't want to see his children in the hospital. He sees too many of them in the hospital, and many of them are there because they have to be there. But to end up in the hospital because you broke your hip trying to get to Mass on an icy, snowy day, he's not too happy about that. You don't need to do that. I don't care what Sister Mary Outrageous told you when you were in 2nd grade. That is a good time to just stay. In fact, it will allow you to watch Mass live stream.
That's right.
What else?
It's almost Advent.
Yes, yeah. Oh, Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving, there you go.
Thanksgiving Mass. We only have one Mass on Thanksgiving. That's at the 9 o'clock Mass. And that will be our parish Mass. And then we begin Advent, and we start all over again. So and on Sunday, we didn't make a list. On Sunday, the 20th, the community will be gathering at Temple Sherry Emmett for the Thanksgiving service.
Interfaith.
This is an interfaith Thanksgiving service. It's probably one of the nicest and largest events that we do when we come together with all our neighbors. And so I'm hoping for a nice turnout. It's at 7 o'clock at Temple Sherry Emmett, which is on Craig Road in Manalapan. It's not that hard to find. You all know how to get to the big box stores, so you should be able to find Temple Sherry Emmett, because I've noticed there's been a drop-off of our participation in this. And so, folks, I'm going to be there. I'll be looking for our parishioners. You really don't want me to lay the Italian guilt trip on you.
And it shouldn't even require guilt. It's a beautiful celebration. It really is. Of as Monsignor said, with all of our interfaith neighbors. But it really is a very nice Thanksgiving celebration, and a really great way to kind of frame our minds and our hearts to prepare for Thanksgiving.
Well, you know what I noticed? Like right after Halloween, everything went to Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and I saw a TikTok where the individuals were the same, but they were dressed differently. There was Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. And Halloween comes in and says to Christmas, okay, it's your time. And Thanksgiving's there saying, hey, wait, what about me? And we do forget Thanksgiving. Not that we have to decorate our homes, not that we have to go crazy about our Thanksgiving meal, but maybe the problem with our world today is nobody knows how to give thanks. We really do not have hearts of gratitude. We take everything for granted. Or, even worse, we're entitled to it. And I think we need to refocus. And this is especially dangerous for us as Catholics because the Eucharist means thanksgiving. Maybe it's because we don't know how to give thanks, or we feel we do not have to give thanks. Many people absent themselves from the celebration of Mass, from coming to visit the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament. Because it's like, I'm a good person. And you see, my sisters and brothers, once you stop being thankful, everything else kind of folds away. And maybe even Christmas becomes more a commercial event than a time to give thanks for the incarnation of our God. So think about it. No, I don't want to. That's not going to be my homily for Thanksgiving because everybody's there is giving thanks.
They are. They're the people who are showing
You
up.
know, it's the people who aren't showing up. So if you know anybody who hasn't been in Mass in a while, just ask them. You know, are they preparing for Thanksgiving, and do they know how to say thank you?
Not to make it all about me, but there is an article in the Monitor this month, the November issue, on the Faith at Home thing.
Yes.
Talking about Eucharist as Thanksgiving and mixing, kind of
Oh, nice.
breaking it open with the celebration of Thanksgiving.
Okay, and you wrote that?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
It's
Brenda-
just a thing I did, know.
He just drops these pearls of wisdom all the time.
Anywho, yes, but so Thanksgiving is important. We gotta remember to give thanks.
So it's a very busy time, and we're very grateful to the Lord that we are able to be this busy. Last couple of nights, the church has been, the parish center and the church has been filled with different groups, different people coming back, different activities, different planning. Just to shout out, the Christmas Carol Festival will be held on the first Friday of December. It will be held both in person and online, and we're gearing up for that. And well, we'll talk about Christmas at another time. But for now, God bless you. Anything else?
Just again, happy anniversary. We are
Thank
so
you.
grateful that you are our pastor and have been have made such a wonderful impact on St. Robert's
Well,
and the whole diocese. So thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. God bless, and we'll see you at church.